Mercy to Worthy. Once again, TSoA back in the saddle. Hope everybody's well out there. A friend of mine asked me to do this video, and I said, all right, fuck it, we'll go ahead and do it. And, I try to stay away from doing these types of videos, but I'm going to. I'm going to go ahead and knock this one out the park, and we're going to be done with this one. So, this is on that fucking Zapp Cheesely. So check it out. He's done some videos, I guess, in the past with my name in it, talking all types of shit, saying I was this, I was that, I was this, I was that, I was a gang member, I was this. Man, whatever, dude. Call me what you want to call me. I don't give a fuck, right? Whatever. That's what you call a disgruntled motherfucker who got an axe to grind because he got exposed being a lying, cheat, scandalous, dirty snake in the grass who ultimately showed his true colors in the end. And he blames me and my partners for his lies and his deceit and his undercover snitching because he got exposed in Pelican Bay Shoe. But here's the thing. We're from the same part of Sacramento. We never met each other. We never even knew each other on the streets, county jail. I met him in High Desert a couple of weeks on the yard before I got off into them riots. He stayed on the main line. And, he had caught a case months later. He did something from the shower to a guy. He was standing in the shower through the bars and poked a guy through the bars that was in a wheelchair to get off the yard, right? And with a big pin or something. It was a weak case. Well, anyway, he gets validated behind that dumb shit, right? And goes to Pelican Bay. So lo and behold, years and years later, weak shit like that started with this thing, And in Pelican Bay Shoe, I was fortunate enough to get, hook up with my wife as a pen pal, as a friend, and Zapp was in the next session. This guy's a deadbeat. He don't have nothing. He didn't have nobody. His own sister cut him loose because of some fucking bullshit she alleged he did to her kid. I don't know what it was. Don't know, don't care, not my problem. He's not around us no more. But at the time, he was without, nobody knew anything at the time. This shit came out later on the kid or something. He did with his sister's kid or something. Like after he took off, right? But before that, rewind a little bit, I hooked him up with
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
My wife hooked him up with this pen pal to try to give him somebody to write, somebody outside the walls of Pelican Bay Shoe and short corridor that, they could share stories and become friends, maybe, whatever, that's his thing. And so we did that for him. And, he writes this chick a 6-7 page letter front and back, confessing his whole life story and scared the shit out of this woman. And she don't know this dude. It was just it was supposed to be, hey, how you doing? I'm so-and-so. Good to meet you. I like this. I like that. I like to eat this. I like to eat that. I like rock music or whatever. Just some little introduction letter. When this dude writes a fucking autobiography that's like 7-8 pages and all the hits he did, all the bullshit he did, and who he is, and how he's just this, that, and the other, and the third, and whatever, right? So this poor lady, she got in an accident, and, she died, right? Unfortunately, rest in peace, homegirl. And, Zapp gets caught up online to people, deceiving people, and we're all right there. He's playing all of us against all of us, and he got caught with his pants down, we got him. And he tried to blame it on everybody but himself. And then the heat got hot in the seat that he was in, and, He got in a hot seat, man, and that's his problem. Not mine, not Ronnie's, not Danny's, not Todd's, not nobody's. That's his fucking problem. So then he checks out. He splits. He locks up. He couldn't do it. And he lied. And he lied. And he lied. Then he writes a declaration on behalf of CDCR and the CCPOA and why the CCPOA needs to be a part of the Asher lawsuit. And he speaks up for them fucking pigs who he allegedly he's been against for the entire time he's been in prison. And allegedly he hated them. And allegedly this and that. And he can't stand them. And now he's their best buddy. You know, now he's their sock puppet. Now he's their cum sock. Now he's their go-to guy, right? Then he gets on the internet and wolfs about me, talks shit, smears me, all this crap, you know? He can call me whatever. I don't give a fuck, dude. Well, that shit don't faze me because he can never, ever, ever live down what he did. He crossed the line, he testified, he's a snitch, right? And he lied. And so he gets on the internet, smears my name, but when he gets on that stand, under oath, not a fucking word about me. Because he knows it was a lie. On the stand under oath, he couldn't say none of that. And it was talked about. My friend's attorney asked him about it. He laughed and kind of laughed it off and said, yeah, that's just entertainment shit. And that's just talking shit. Whatever. And he was asked if it was true. He said absolutely not or no, something like that. And, that was it. So, understand is where it counts, under oath, right? You can get on here and say whatever. You can get on here and say you're God or whatever, man. Don't make it true. Well, I know what's on paper and I know what's not on paper as far as transcripts, and I know the dude took the stand and he peed, right? He didn't say a fucking word about me on the stand. So that's his story, right? That's on him. He's a piece of shit. That's why we call him Zapp Cheesely. Cheesely. Not Beasley, but Cheesely. And at least I've done a little time with him, unlike this fucking pussy powderpuff motherfucker I don't know, right? You know, he goes around spreading rumors with my name. Don't even fucking know he don't even know me. He never even heard my voice, but other probably on these videos. You know, so that's what I'm saying. You guys got to watch out for that, man, because half these dudes are scared to get on the stand. The other half will probably refuse to take the stand, right?
Right.
And, they can say whatever they want to IGI Perryman, OCS Corey Perryman. You know, they can say whatever the fuck they want. They say what he wants them to say, right? But when they get on the stand and get under cross-examination, see, that's where the truth comes out. The cross-examination, understand under oath. It's a different ball game, folks. That's where the meat and taters come out of a man's character. His true meaning right there. You know, it's where everything can come out, right? Not on the internet. Not where he's just trying to entertain y'all and slander me and slander my other partners or whatever. So, that's what I got to say on his fucking lame ass, right? But like I said, at least he knows me a little bit. Or we were at Pelican Bay for a while. We never in the same section. We were in two different sections.
This call and/or telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
He was so butthurt, we wouldn't talk to him no more. He used to bang on the wall and on the door so me and Danny or me and Todd couldn't talk to each other. You know, do some bitch shit like that. He used to interfere with our communication and our talking to each other.
Wow.
Right? He was really butthurt. Yeah, baby girl. He would yell over the tears. He would do J-Cat shit. He actually took a crap on the yard up there so another friend of ours couldn't talk in the drain.
Yeah.
You know, because he took the crap in the drain. Yeah, he lost his mind, folks. But yeah, he's out on the streets. You know, I get it. He threw us all under the bus. You know, that's the coward's way, folks. He didn't go home the right way. Let's just put it like that.
Well, not only that,
You
but
know,
he talks shit about you openly and aggressively and for
Right.
four videos.
Right, 4 videos. But where it counts on the stand, he didn't, right? He didn't. So Again, man, that tells y'all something. My partner put me on the stand. I stand on what I say. You know, I ain't no fucking punk ass coward. I got integrity, man. I stand on what the fuck I say. And if I ain't gonna answer something, I just ain't gonna answer. I'll straight up say it. I'm not talking about that, dude. They can hold me in contempt, all that. They can suck a dick up till they hiccup, because I don't care. I don't want to talk about something, I ain't talking about it. Especially our life in here. You know, our life in here is what it is, right? I won't cross no lines I ain't supposed to. But this dude's a rat. And y'all need to know that these rats are liars, man. They're liars. They're not telling y'all the truth. They might take a little bit of the truth and put a lot of fluff to it. You know, so they can get a little bit of help by the IGI or Corey Perryman or whoever their handler is. You know, they tell them how special they are. They always go around telling them how special they are. And then they get their head all pumped up with helping law enforcement. And, you know, and the other guy, Cody Phillips, don't believe that dude when he's talking about they set parameters for him for his debrief. That I have been down 31 years almost, and I have read hundreds of debriefing reports, hundreds, folks, from other RICO cases, and I have never in my life seen anybody set their own parameters on what they will talk about when they debrief with that fucking punk Perryman or any ISU. That's never happened. So what makes this dude so special? He's special? Is he special, folks?
He's so special.
He's touched.
Hey, folks, straight up, though. Yeah, man.
Head.
These guys take a little bit of truth, baby girl, and everybody, and just put a lot of bullshit to it, man. You know, it's disgusting, man. It really is. But it is what it is, and that's how it is.
Well,
So,
what I see is dishonesty is rewarded, and that's tragic.
Right.
There's no
Dishonesty and disgustingness is rewarded. Yes. Yes. It's fucking disgusting, man. But that's their system. That's how they want it. That's how they want it. And so, somebody asked me to do this video, and another friend of mine a couple months ago asked me to do one on this fucking cheesy motherfucking weirdo, and I did it. So you guys just know that he's garbage. Everything he said on here is garbage because he would not testify to it. You know, and that dude punk ass powder puff pussy motherfucker, he would never even get on the stand. In fact, I made that punk key when I told him I'm gonna subpoena your bitch ass if you keep my name in your mouth. Next video him and Tony did, he was, oh man, this is all for entertainment only. None of this is true. So he peed.
You have 60 seconds remaining.
He peed faster than fuck, like a big old bitch. And so with that said, folks, look, hit the like button. I'm trying to illuminate the truth that these rats are lying motherfuckers. And don't believe they're hype, man, because you're going to get caught up one day. You might be one of them. You might be, somebody they snitch on one day if you don't keep your eyes open, keep your ears open. So with that said, I send mine to the word and hit the like button, share my shit. I did this video for a friend, so it's done, folks. We send ours. Like it, share it, subscribe, pass it along. Till next time, stay solid. See ya.